Two shootings minutes apart in downtown Minneapolis leave six injured. This was written by WCCO staff, published originally on September 17th, 2022 for CBSNews.com. Let's go to Minneapolis. Two shootings minutes apart from each other in downtown Minneapolis left multiple people injured early Saturday morning. I've been to Minneapolis, and it's actually a nice city. It's not that bad. Very multicultural, very uh, I don't know, Americana. It just feels Americana. And I have a lot of positive things to say about Minneapolis. It's one of the few cities in the Midwest or Central America, or however you want to say it, the flyover country, that is actually pretty nice. But unfortunately, Minneapolis, a pretty good city by all other standards, suffers from the American gun culture, the prevalence of weapons flooding the streets, which allows so many shootings to continue to happen, and unfortunately will continue to happen in Minneapolis until Americans say enough is enough and we get rid of the guns, have actual gun control in the United States. Minneapolis police say they first heard gunfire around the 400 block of Hennepin Avenue South around 2:30 a.m. They found a man with potentially life-threatening injuries and transported him to the hospital. They also say they requested backup from all five precincts to deal with an aggressive crowd and to help preserve the crime scene. I want to say that I'm glad that they mentioned that this person had life-threatening injuries, not because I'm glad that this person has life-threatening injuries, but because all gunshots should be treated as such or viewed as such. Every time somebody is shot, that is a threat to their life, and it's something we should take very seriously. And I'm sick and tired of covering these mass shootings, and every time somebody is shot, they say it's a non-life threatening injury, as if a bullet not going one way or another could actually really change somebody's trajectory in life, either paralyzing them or killing them or causing them to need amputations or having permanent physiological or psychological therapy for the rest of their life. And we should also notice that they had to call backup from the police, and so the police pull up in their expensive police cars, five of them, from all different precincts, to pull up and deal with an aggressive crowd when none of this needed to happen. Right across the border in Canada, a few hundred kilometers up in Canada, this is almost unknown. Having to call out police from different precincts, spend millions of dollars in taxpayer money to help stop an aggressive crowd. This is all tax funded waste that continues to happen due to gun violence, prevention of gun violence, and that sort of thing. All right, let's go and continue. All right. Um, so, minutes later, another shooting took place just blocks away on the 800 block of Hennepin Avenue South, which police believe left five people injured. Officers found a man in his 30s with potentially life threatening injuries, a woman in her 20s with non life threatening gunshot wounds, and another man in his 50s with potentially life threatening gunshot wounds. All of them were taken to a nearby hospital. If you put this paragraph in a story about Somalia, many Americans would say, oh, wow, that sounds like a dangerous place. The entire country must be pretty dangerous. And if we put this same paragraph in a story about America, they'll say, well, that's a bad neighborhood, or, that's just the way it is. I mean, we need guns to protect ourselves. And, criminals will get guns anyway. And having a gun makes us American, and all this other bullshit that Americans have been told to repeat all through their lives about how guns will make them safer. Any other country with this level of violence, America will be sending drones. They will be sending out travel advisories. They will be sending out, they would be putting sanctions on this country that they need to do something to actually protect their citizens. But because this happens in America and the people who sell these weapons pay millions of dollars to the politicians to get them elected, and they also have billions of dollars in contracts with the U.S. government to fund their wars and fund their weapon caches, the American politicians are silent. And this is just, well, we need to actually do something about mental health, even though we can't even guarantee health care for all of our citizens. This is insane. This is insane. And there are many, 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 many Somali people in Minnesota, in Minneapolis specifically. I'm sure it's probably safer in Somalia than it is in the United States of America right now, with over 570 plus mass shootings in 2022 alone, more than two per day. Two per day mass shootings. There have been more people probably injured by gunshots and senseless gun violence in the United States than there were injured in Somalia this year. And they have actual terrorists like, Al Shabaab, terrorists who stand up on their morals and principles, not the white supremacist terrorists that we have in the United States who, want to just kill 10 black people in a supermarket and then, act like pansies in court. I'll continue. Meanwhile, at the scene, police say a man and a woman, both in their 20s, arrived at North Memorial Hospital with non life threatening injuries stemming from the shooting on 8th and Hennepin. No arrests have been made in connection to either shooting, and police say at this time it's unclear if the shootings are related. In a Facebook post, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey said the shootings need to stop. The complete disregard for someone's life is not who we are as a city. Those who are engaging in this behavior will be caught and will be held accountable, he said. So we're going to arrest the manufacturers of all the weapons. We're going to actually hold criminal charges against those people. We're going to actually have actual gun control like they have in Australia or Canada or New Zealand or all of, Western Europe. No, well, we're not going to do that because that would make sense. And in America, we need more and more people to die. We need more and more people to get shot because that's the American way, right? It does not have to be the American way. We can make a safer and better country. All lives matter. Abolish the Second Amendment. My name is Simon Hill, and thank you for watching. Peace.